Peach, it was like a little boy on Christmas. Tyus MF Jones, baby, who Just Jazz reposted Sham's tweet about the free agent guard. Tyus Jones has agreed to a 1-year, $7 million deal with the Orlando Magic, and Just Jazz reacted in the same way that I did, and I'm going to read this phonetically. Yeah! Finally! And that's exactly how I feel. Peach, I've been talking about this for what, 2 seasons? Let's get Tyus Jones, one of the guys in the league with the best assist-to-turnover ratios. I mean, I'm looking at stats here on Tyus Jones. He's a 10-year guy in the league, veteran guy who knows how to win. You never hear about him in the papers. He's kind of seems like a nose-down, serious business type of guy. He has averaged 38% from beyond the arc in his career, 41% last year on 5 attempts. So now we've got Bane coming in with I forget how many attempts he has, up over 5 though. We got Tyus Jones. These guys are now the most attempts for 3 on our team. He had 10 points, 2 boards, 5 assists, and a steal last year. Again, this guy is a perfect backup point guard for us. He is a perfect guy to come off the bench because his assist to turnover ratio is tremendous. His turnover percentage over the past 5 seasons has been in the top 10% of guards. He was even in the top 5% a year ago with Washington. Last year, kind of a wash. That Phoenix situation was yucky. But other than that, top 5 percentile, top 9 percentile, top 4 percentile, top 9 percentile in terms of assist to turnover percentage. And his assist usage, meaning how many guys he assists while he has the rock, top 5%, top 9%, top 7% in the league. So this guy is in my opinion, and the reason I've been wanting him for so long, pound for pound, he's giving you everything you could want in a point guard. Ball security, assists, shooting from beyond the arc. I love to see it. Defense, probably not his strength. Sitting at, I think he's 6 foot-ish, 6'2", according to, let's see, what does it say on Basketball Reference here? 6'1", according to Basketball Reference. But hey, that's what it is this year, right? Weltman said, we're going after certified scoring. And here we go. We got Tyus Jones, a guy who can set it up. I'm excited to see him playing alongside Paulo and Franz too at times. This is going to be a really good guy to have in the rotation, Peach. I'm excited. And you're lounging. You look so comfy.
Yeah. No, well, you know what? I love this camera angle. It makes me look a little thinner. But that's a side point. I know you've been wanting Tyus Jones for a long time. For a while, I was kind of not wanting it. I understand his value. I get it. You're talking about a team that started Corey Joseph last year. So obviously I like this. I hope that doesn't come as a shock to anybody because I want players on our team that are good. I want them ones that are capable of scoring the basketball and not being a turnover machine. So I like it, but I got to say, I'm surprised that no one else wants to pay this guy to play for them. I'm surprised that we're able to get him on a 1-year deal for that cheap in an NBA that overpays role players all the time. I can't believe that that's all this guy warrants. Maybe he wanted to come here. Maybe he was offered more and decided the Magic would be a better fit for me because now he can be on a team where he can play some meaningful basketball. I don't believe a lot of the country is super familiar with him since his years at Duke because he's played for the Wizards and he played on the Suns when they stunk. And we're just not that familiar with the average fan, not that familiar with his game. But this is a good spot for him. And I know you said you thought you see him as a backup. I'm sorry. I see this man as our starting point guard. I think he can push Jalen Suggs out of that starting lineup, and maybe Jalen Suggs is in at the clutch time if we need defense because he's not a true point guard and you know it. And I don't know if they planned on having Bane be the point guard. I know he's capable. I know he's a playmaker, but I mean, just pure, you saw how often Corey Joseph played last year. Tyus Jones is better.
Yeah.
So what makes you think this guy's not in the conversation to play point guard. Now I know Jalen was out for a lot of it, but if that experiment doesn't work, which I know you're sort of on the fence about, this guy could push him for that, or be the first off the bench real early, or this could have really affect Suggs' minutes, but in a positive way for us, because it means Suggs either improves a ton and keeps him on the bench, or Suggs is part of the bench unit, which I'm also okay with, because now our bench has a defensive stud.
Come on.
And has somebody that I like.
Yeah, he's not making $35 million coming off the bench, but you're absolutely right. He's going to be the end of game 5 includes Jalen Suggs and Desmond Bane. Those are your guard positions. Interesting idea, though. Interesting idea, with Tyus to start. I think Desmond Bane is the point guard. Yeah, you're right. I'm done. I'm out on the Jalen Suggs experiment as point guard. He's not. So I think they're going to put more of the ball handling, playmaking in Desmond Bane's hands.
It is. I mean, it's a little shocking because of his size, his lack of wingspan. That's very un-Weltman-like.
Yeah.
But he is a Duke player, so that's a check, because we have to keep putting players from Duke and Michigan on our team, because those are the two colleges I dislike the most. So you got to love it. Get the North Carolina guy out of here. Let's bring in some more Michigan and Duke guys. I really still can't believe we didn't get Danny Wolf. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's not a member of the Orlando Magic. He was right there.
He was right there. We're going to talk more about the draft. Don't you worry. But as we were getting set up for this show, literally this dropped, and I forced Pich to lead the show with this. He wanted to talk about some other shit, but no, I said Tyus Jones needs to start. I forget. What was it again?
Some other shit that I wanted to talk about was the NBA Finals and the NBA Championship. Like the thing that all of this goes towards, by the way. Just wanted to point that out.
No, with two teams that I don't care about. That Game 7 was tough to watch Tyrese Halliburton go down. We're going to talk about that more later. Tyus Jones is a great ad. I'm going to be interested now. I mean, the rotation is really spicy, Pich. And there are guys front to back in this who are NBA players. We've had a few years here where there are guys on the fringes that we're trying to figure out, are you even an NBA player? And maybe Tristan da Silva and Anthony Black. Well, I don't know. I think Anthony Black has already proven he's an NBA player. Tristan da Silva, to me, has, but not to the rest of the league. There have been guys we've been trying out, So now we have Tyus Jones here. Is he the sixth man? Does he come off? And then Jalen goes on. He's playing with Anthony Black most likely. That's great, because Anthony Black is huge and can probably cover up some of the defensive liability that we're going to have with Tyus Jones. Anthony Black can take the best mark on the other team. So, man, I'm excited now that we were mixing in some shooting and ball handling and playmaking into that secondary group as well.
Yeah, we're basically doing a lot of what I've been asking for, which is we're now putting some other players around. I love what you said about trying players out to see if they're NBA players, because that's exactly what we've been doing for way too long, standing pat with these young guys and trying to see who they were and what they were. And it was like, well, we know what they are now. So let's get some guys in here that are around it. I had compared the Pistons roster last year and said, look at all these guys they brought in, role players, good players, guys that have been in the NBA, shooters, guys that know their role. And now we're starting to do that. And that's fantastic. We got a guy up at the top that can be on starting blocks. Now we've got a guy that we can mix in with the bench unit. I like what we're building. I kind of hope we're not done, but I know we're running out of money. And kind of just like, what? Like, we're doing a lot of guard stuff now and a lot of ideas of 3-point shooting and stuff like that. And they seem to just, I think they really love our big man group, because there's nothing going on in that department. They didn't do anything in the draft. They don't seem to be talking to anybody tall. It's like, come on, we signed Moritz. Can we? I mean, what's that?